Oscar Sudi. Man, these guys don't learn nothing. They don't learn anything. What's wrong with these guys? They're not even smart here. The people, they're not even smart. I want you to see what Janja. Bro, these guys, they don't learn anything. Just the other day, Murkomen alikashifiwa up in the public because of showing off a 900,000 watch and 50,000 belt and see how many shoes for belt SG shoes for how many 50k shoes. Sai, they just Oscar Sudi, despite all those, despite all that, anakuja kusema ati watch yake na 17 million. Man, these guys, they're spitting on our face. These guys, they're spitting on our face. I'm telling you, watu yani wametudharau design nyingine because yani bro, siju kani ujinga ama ni kutudharau, man. Every time these guys, they open their mouth, every time these guys, they come on in front of the camera, they just fuel our anger. They fuel our anger. They amplify. Kitu ya tunafeel ndani maze, to be honest. What is this now? 17 million watch. Mtu juzi Murkomen tumemkashifu juu ya nini? Huyu jamaa anakuja hapo kusema kuna 17 million watch. These guys are not even smart. Huh? President Ruto, ulikuwa unataka together in your government, eh? So ulikuwa unataka together in your government. Now look what they're doing to you. Yes. Ulikuwa unataka a government full of useful idiots. Watu wenye hapa hivi upstairs sio janja, watu wezi kuchallenge. People who cannot question you. Now look what they're doing to you. Huh? They are eating your government from within. Your government is a rotten corpse. Look what they're doing to you. So look what they're doing. You wanted to get now look what they're doing to you. Hapo hivi kufikiria ni shida. Juzi Murkomen tu hapa juzi tu amekashifiwa juu ya nini ya ujinga kama yenye amefanya. The same, just few weeks later another guy comes and does the same thing, falls for the same trap. Because ulikuwa nataka government ya watu wa class 7. Together, watu wezi kuchallenge. Now look what they're doing to you. You make your bed, you lay on it. Yeah. When you pray for the rain, be ready to deal with mud. Now you're dealing with mud now. Yeah, look what they're doing. These people, umse ni mjinga bana, to be honest. Unakuja kufloss wache 17 million hapa na watu wanalala njaa. No, Kenyans, that Kenyans when you come and someone watotokea 8 they're coming now, I can tell you that. Another thing we have come to discover is the net worth of the CS that were in the government of Ruto. Just have something here for you. Inasemekana ati Alice Wahome alikuwa na net worth ya ngapi in 2022 before she came in 2022, just that was immediately after elections zilimalizikanga. She had a net worth of 218 million shillings. In August 2024, that is 10 months later. That is 1.5 years later. Right? 1.5, right? Yeah, 1.5 years later. She has a net worth of 327 million. 327 million, bro. This woman has made 100 million. 100 million in 1.5 years. Na mshahara yake ni 900,000. Okay, please, someone tell me, make it make sense for me, because it's very hard for me to fathom. It's very hard for me to understand this. Mshahara yako ni 900k, lakini you have made over 100 million in 1 year. Make me understand. Hata kama ulikuwa umeinvest biashara gani hizo? Kwani biashara zako ziliweza kuboost ile time umeingia kwa CS? Ni watu wangapi sasa hivi wako na biashara zilizo generate that kind of revenue? Tell me who. Let's go. Hiyo hata sio kitu. Acha tuendelee. There is Kidhuri Kindiki. Meru anasema Kindiki. Okay. Kindiki had in October 2022, he had a net worth ni pesa nya what I'm worth. My cars, all my assets. My houses, my buildings, my lands. That's the combination of total everything that I'm worth. That is the net worth. Alikuwa na net worth ya 544 million in October 2022. In 2024 August, this guy has a net worth of 694. So this guy has generated more than 150 million within 1 year. Na mshahara yake ni 900k. 900K. Make it make sense for me, because it doesn't make sense at all. Hata kama uko na biashara gani, bro, that's what I'm telling you. There is no celebrities in Kenya. And that's why hakuwezi kuwa na celebrities in Kenya, because of this nonsense. Hakuwezi kuwa na celebrities. Bro, celebrity unatengeneza so unaenda chapa show, unapewa kapa zako so moja. And that's how I always say, the real celebrities in Kenya are politicians. And go to other countries, bro. Politicians beg celebrities for a gig, or for showbiz, or to be taken pictures with. But in this country, celebrities are politicians. They're everything. They are celebs. They are entrepreneurs. They are leaders. They are everything. Which celeb? Tell me one celeb in Kenya who has this net worth. Niambie celeb moja amefikisha punch 500 million. So niambie celebrity moja hata wenye walianzaga early 2000s. Give me one celebrity moja kona net worth ya 500 million. Give me one. Hata 200 million. Give me one. Politician amekuja hapa juzi. Juzi tu. Tumemjua juzi. Akona hii net worth. Na kuna celebs wameishi kuimba from 2000. Akinya Nameless, akinya nani? Akinya Nyashinsky. All those celebrities who have been they have been giving us some good things to listen to, and yet wazifikisha hiyo. But someone who came to the government the other day ameshafikisha hiyo. We have a rotten system and we're going to fix it. Haya, another nani mwingine? All these celebrities, hey, haya, kuna ura ni anaitwa aje UCS, Deborah Barasa. 455 million. 400. I have never had this woman. I just had her the other day. 455 million. Like these hardworking Kenyans who have been wameishi kuwa na biz for years, for more than 20 years, for 30 years, no hajaifikisha hiyo. Haya. Julius Ogamba, 790 million, bro. Haya. So Ipantuya, this guy, who knew this guy just the other day, tulimsikia. Akona ngapi? 243 million. Those are the networks that I have for those. That should tell you everything. We have a rotten system, bro. We are going to fix everything. The US Embassy, you will stop calling Kenyans. You will stop calling Kenyans. Kenyans, this is not a business place. This is not a marketplace, by the way. This is not a marketplace. Because I'm run biashara hapa hivi. A very profitable business you've been running here in Kenya. Yes, Kenyans, we are tired now. By this, we must tell people the truth. The US Embassy charges people 26,000 Kenya shillings. That is $200 to do an interview that nobody ever passes. 200 people line up every day kwa US Embassy kufanya interviews na mtu apitangi for 200. I saw in Botswana. Was it Botswana? Yes, it was Botswana. People protested against this. By the I don't know. Yeah, like while protest, they give the pressure to the government because of the U.S. Embassy. They were running the same scheme business here. They are running in Kenya. Wamsena line up huko hivyo, unaenda tunafanya interview, unalipa $200 and then upiti. How many people pass? So the U.S. Embassy is something that people should wanafaa waangalie sana very carefully. Look at it. Because first and foremost, these people are the ones who are bringing these problems to us. Look at the US ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, right? She was the CEO of eBay from 1998 to 2008. She's a billionaire. She has a net worth of 3.4 billion USD. 3.4 billion USD. Bro, that's a net worth. That's even there's so many countries in this world that does not even make that kind of money. $3.4. There's so many countries in this world that not even worth that money. Hata watengeneza hiyo pesa annually. That this woman is worth that money. So clearly that tells you this woman is not here because she wants because of the salary or because of political privileges. She's not here because of that. She's here because of the corporate America. And that's what she was put here to look for the interest of the corporate Americans in Kenya, because there is a lot of, I told you in my previous videos that there's a lot of interest in Kenya, by the way, and people are sleeping on this one. You should not sleep on this one. There's a lot of interest in Kenya because Kenya is the biggest economy in East and Central Africa, and that's the reason why she's one of the orchestrators of this of the Finance Bill 2023-2024. because she's representing the interest of corporate Americans. Look what they did to Ukraine. They took all the Ukrainian land. I'm not talking about the war. Before the war, the Ukrainians, they had the same bill that was supposed to be passed by Ruto. And the international corporations, the multinational corporations, which are from the West, Americans, walikuwa mesha like, they are already taken the Ukrainian lands, because in the Donbas, either the regions of Donbas na hizo nini, those regions of Ukraine, there's a lot of minerals. So they lie to people, they lie to the government, they put they passed the bills through the government that was supposed to take the Ukrainian land. The Ukrainian lands, they lost their land without even knowing. Just the same way this finance bill was supposed to do. There's so many details within that finance bill that people didn't know. You knew about the pads, the sanitary towers. Those are minor things, bro. There is a very huge major things through that finance bill. And the lands, our lands, they were after our lands. Because that finance bill ilikuwa nasema watu nalipia around I think was land rate every year. Just imagine you're paying, I think 5%. Was this 5% of the value of your land? How many poor Kenyans have large lands? Ni watu wangapi hii Kenya wanakuanga na lands 15 acres, 20 acres, and they don't have like ni maskini wanaishi nyumba za matope, but they have that kind of land because they don't want to sell their land because it's their ancestral land. Some of them, I know many people who have those kind of land, they don't want to sell them. And those people, they were nini. The finance bill was after those people. You have a land, let's say 20 acres, which is what, let's say 10 million. We 5% at the end of the year. That's how many? That's 100. That's 100,000 every year. Just imagine telling people, poor people, to pay 100,000 every year. And then if you fail to pay, if you go default, then the government is going to reprocess that land. And you know who the government cannot keep that land. It's going to sell to the private sectors who are capable of selling to. And you know who the private sector is? They were going to sell to the international corporations, the American corporates. Hizo hao ndio walikuwa wanauzia hiyo shamba. Wanachukua ukilipa juu, that's what the trap. When they put some high rates, land rates, zenye maskini wataweza kulipa. Mkifail, they repossess the land, wanasema ni government, the government has to keep your land. It's going to sell to the private sector who can be able to pay for those land rates. So who are those going to buy? The corporate Americans. And that's what I'm telling you, they're after our lands. And the thing about the rumors we've been hearing about the minerals in Kenya, people don't sleep on that. There's a high probability that that's true. There's a lot of minerals in Kenya. And I'm telling you, these minerals, they've been discovered. No man, these corporate Americans, they're after our land. Bro, this is not something you should sleep on. So that Meg Whitman, I'm telling you, she's not here because of the salaries. She's not here because of political privileges. She's here to represent her colleagues, the corporate Americans, the billionaires in America. The BlackRock. Is it the BlackRock, that company, the biggest company in the world that runs the whole thing? The globalists, she's here to represent the globalist interests. And I'm telling you this, no fear. That is the truth. And the Kenyans should know this. This is not something to be slept on. This is not something that people should sleep on, by the way. This is something serious. So that US embassy, apart from the fact that they normally run a scheme business here, because they make a lot of money, they make a lot of profit. All in the name of the trying to sell American dream. Because they know people are desperate. Because they know the conditions that they contributed, the conditions of Africa, or not having employment, having a high living standards, but there is no work, there is no source of income. So they know that people are desperate to go to the Western countries. They know people are desperate to go to America. So they take advantage of that American dream and run a scheme business here because they are looting, they are scamming a lot of people because that's a scam business. And I'm telling you, Botswana waliandamana because of American, because they are doing the same. Like mnaandamana huko hivyo, mnapanga line na but hakuna kitu napatiwa. And first and foremost, we don't want to go to your country, we want to fix our country. And we know you're the main orchestrators of the problems that we are facing here today. And we are going to deal with each and every individual there, bro. So, we are not going to be sold to the globalists, by the way. You can keep away from our country. You just go to other countries and do whatever you want. But this country, tumekata. Because we are educated, we are enlightened, we are empowered, and we have no fear. We will say, we will talk, we will andamana, we will do everything to make sure that this country, it is not taken from us. And it is the way that it's supposed to be. And the living conditions of each and every Kenyans are uplifted.